How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Steinsgate, my darling's embrace, where we might be at the finale. I think you technically know. You clicked on the video, but it seems like we're pretty close to the end. I don't know. I mean, I guess I might be able to split it up if I want to, but I have a feeling we're going to take it all the way because Mayuri is threatening to like move to Hokkaido, which, yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's far, not super insanely far as in you'll never see them again, but it might feel that way. And for Okabe, who is still trying to deny his feelings, needs to do something. So he's trying to chase after, potentially trying to catch her, talk to her, something. I have no idea what he's gonna do, but he's gonna do something in the name of love and all things like that. But yeah, it's been pretty exciting to see. It's been really adorable. I think of the arts I have encountered up until now, this has been probably the most adorable. Still, Ferris is the best, but that's neither here nor there. It's really done a good job of helping show the real potential that Mayuri and Okabe have as characters together. And so I'm really excited to see how this all plays out. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot else to say other than the fact that there will be discussions of a rap party that will be coming up. If this is the end of the episode, look to that at the end. That's going to be a live event where I kind of summarize my feelings about this and Linear Bound Phenogram and just kind of talking about it as a whole. So hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you find this exciting. Hopefully we don't have any major issues of any kind. But together we are going to find out. So let's jump into it. I was running to the only place I thought she could be. My heart is beating out of my chest and I have a throbbing pain in my side. I'm completely out of breath and any attempts to fill my lungs are a challenge. So pretty much 5 minutes of jogging for me. I keep tripping over my own feet as if my body refuses to obey me. Ow. That didn't sound good. Ow. I tripped over something and fell to the ground and protecting the box with my arm. My forearm and hand land on the hard asphalt and pain shoots through my body. You know what? Knowing my luck, this will be 4 degrees Celsius because he ruins everything. I don't know what word I was trying to say there. I stood up, tried to shake off the pain, and started running again. Based on what Lukuko said, after Mayuri and her mom visited the school, they probably went to her grandmother's memorial service. If that's the case, then Mayuri has to be there. It's the place that Mayuri and I can never forget. She better be, son. She better be. And the promised land where I made her my hostage. Uh-oh. That's not good. She's not here. Anywhere. There's a stick of incense still burning in front of her grandma's gravestone. And gently colored flowers are laid atop it. Oh. You barely missed her though, man. She might still be in the area. Whenever she came here, she would talk to her deceased grandmother. She'd talk for a long, long time, all by herself. So I thought that she had to be here. Okay, time to head to her house. But when I turn around to do so... Really? I heard someone quietly sneeze. Oh my gosh, was she hiding? Did she see him coming? I looked over to see someone crouching behind a bush a short distance from the graveyard. Illuminated by the sunset, I could see her shadow clearly defined on the ground. Oh, man, what a stroke of fate that sneeze was! I gently put the box down on Mayuri's grandmother's gravestone and walked over to the tree. While the shadow moved in an attempt to escape my sight, it was nothing but wasted effort.
Oi, Mayuri.
Oh boy. Alright, now we're here. This is the hard part. What do you say?
お前、ほんと昔からかくれんぼが下手だな。
Yeah, she kind of is. Oh. Mayuri struck her head out from behind the bush, looking sheepish.
違うよ。隠れてたわけじゃないの。
Mm-hmm.
じゃあ、
Right.
何してたんだ?
Oh. No, Mayuri. No, it's okay. When I get closer to her, she turns her back to me. I only saw her face for a second, but I could tell that she'd been crying for a long time. Her eyes were red, and I could see streaks of tears running down her face. Just seeing her like this hurts my heart.
泣いてたのか?
Guess Captain Obvious, but you need to say it.
泣いてないよ。
You're a terrible liar. Mayuri sniffed, still not looking at me.
泣いてないもん。
Yeah, sure, yeah. Come to think of it, this was a lot like our conversation last night. I didn't know why she was crying then, so I just kept on asking.
オカリンこそこんなところで何してるの？お祭りに行かなくていいの？
Yes, but luckily we have friends who care about us.
俺か? 俺はな。
Yeah, unfortunately he didn't think of this part through.
お前を困らせに来たんだ。
Oh. Mayuri turned for a moment and gave me a dubious look. But she quickly turned back away from me to hide her face. I just kept talking to her back.
なあ、まゆり。恥ずかしくて今まで聞けなかったが、あの時のことお前は覚えてるか?
Okay.
あの時
The day.
ここでお前を人質にした日のことだ。
It's not like it's hard, but I still it makes me feel warm inside that I guessed the next line. God, the music. The music is so good. I listened to the OST for Steinsgate and Steinsgate 0, like in my personal playlist all the time. Her shoulders begin to shake a little.
あの日は雨が降っててさ、お前は青い傘を差してたよな。
Yeah.
俺がいくら声をかけても、お前はじっと空を見つめているだけで何も答えてくれなかった。俺は自分が歯がゆくて歯がゆくて、でもどうすることもできなくて、ただお前のそばに立っていた。
It's funny because like this seems so orchestrated and written, but you know, sometimes when I reflect on my own like critical moments in life, things that those pivoting turning points you never really knew were turning points, they are kind of like this, aren't they? Sporadic, impulsive, and like you never really think about them, but then they become the most important times in your life.
そのうちにさ、雲の切れ間から光が降り注いできたよな。俺はその光にまゆりが吸い込まれてしまうと思ったよ。まゆりがどこかへ消えてしまうと本気で思ったよ。だからあの時俺はこう言ったんだ。
Yeah, never let you go.
どこにも行かせない。連れてなんて行かせない。
Oh man.
お前は俺の人質だ。
She's my hostage.
どこにも逃がさないからなって。その気持ちは今でも変わらない。
That's right. I'll claw my way to Hokkaido if I have to. I heard her gasp quietly. She seemed to finally understand why I ran so hard to get here. Every time she's about to say something, she stops herself again and again. Then finally, with her back still turned toward me, she shakily starts talking.
そっか。バレちゃったんだ。失敗失敗。
It wasn't you, actually.
まゆし、人質からの大脱出作戦だったのにな。
Ugh. I know she's kind of just going along with it, but it hurts still. It's like, no. Mayuri stopped talking and looked up at the sky. The sky was graded from azure to crimson. The clouds looked like they were ready to fall, which was a little sad. That's right. Summer's coming to an end.
ね、マユシーは思うんだ。
Yeah.
マユシーが人質じゃなくても、ラボにはクリスちゃんもいるし。
Oh man, this is exactly her line of thinking in Zero. Like, it's exactly the same. Like, but she wasn't there. Like, you know, Kirisu had died. But even in the finale, like, this was the line of thinking that Mayuri had. She's just like, I love you, but you need her. So I'm going to make sure you get what you need. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. Fetch, man.
ダル君もルカ君もフェリスちゃんもスズさんもマイカさんもみんないるよ。
Not everyone without you.
だからオカリンはもうマユシーが人質じゃなくても大丈夫なんだよ。
Her shoulders shook. I realized that she was doing everything she could to keep back her tears.
マユシー、とっても嬉しいな。みんながオカリンを大好きで、オカリンもみんなが大好きで、一緒にニコニコ笑ってるのを見ると、とっても嬉しいな。だからね、オカリンはもう大丈夫だよ。マユシーがいなくてもみんなと仲良く。
I like how she's...
そんなことを言うな!
Yes! I couldn't take it any longer. I grabbed Mayuri's shoulders. I turned her around and faced me, and then I held her in my arms. Finally! Frickin' giving the hugs when needed. Even if it's not a full hug. Yes. Okay, this counts as a hug. Yes! In my arms, Mayuri jumped with surprise. Seemingly forgetting that she was about to cry, she looks up at my face. Her eyes widened. Oh boy.
ラボメンたちは確かに大事な仲間だ。あいつらがいれば楽しい。それは間違いない。
Oh yeah?
でもな、そこにはマユリがいなきゃダメなんだ。
Talking to a man who was literally willing to throw Earth into the fire, to rip time and space to pieces, including killing his own soul repeatedly over time and time and time again, to save your life. You have no idea.
マユリがそばにいるから、俺はいつでも笑っていられるんだ。
Aww.
俺はバカだ。こんな簡単なことに。こんな大事なことに今まで気づかなかったなんて。
Yeah, you go, son. Go! Keep going! Don't talk. Don't give up now. Just talk!
あの日、お前をここで抱き留めたとき、あれだけ強く思ったのに、お前を失いたくないって願ったのに。なのに、いつの間にかお前がそばにいるのが当たり前になって、いつもそばにいるんだと勝手に思い込んで。
I think I said this a couple episodes ago for sure, but it's absolutely real, and it's actually a real threat in your life. Like, even if you get married or you've got your partner and you're living together, like, the real danger is forgetting that just because they're by your side and that they're always around doesn't mean that that's always going to be the case. It means that if anything, you need to be cherishing that more. You need to be making time for them more. And it can sound ridiculous. You're like, of course I make time for them. But think about it. When was the last time you made time for just the two of you? When was the last time you surprised them? When was the last time you told them you loved them from the bottom of your heart? Whether it's a romantic love or a brotherly love or sisterly love or a friendship love or familiar love. Like, you've got the people in your life because you care for them. Like, there's some level of that somewhere. I don't care who you are, where you are, or what you're doing. Somewhere in your life is someone who loves you, and like you've got to make sure to treasure that because it's pretty much the most important thing. And it's the foundation that you build upon. I don't care if it's like not exactly what you're looking for right now. Like cling to those you love and tell them how much you care. It can sound dumb and it can be really hard to be able to just do it, but you gotta do it because what if tomorrow they're gone? What if tomorrow they're leaving for Hokkaido? What if tomorrow they go somewhere you can't follow them? You never know. Things can change at the drop of a hat and time marches forward regardless of what we do about it. It's not time to end up regretting what we do. It's not worth it. It's time to just take those initial steps and make the charge, take the point, and make sure that the people and the things and the events and the like sources of inspiration and joy that are so meaningful to you get that proper attention, love, and adoration. That your hobbies, the things that you enjoy, are things that you make sure to give tenfold to. Don't sacrifice your time to frivolous pursuits. Don't sacrifice, and I don't mean like hobbies, again, like whatever you love. But don't sacrifice things like, I don't know, hours and hours of television. That's one of the worst ones I can think of. It's great to immerse yourself in cultural things. It's great to immerse yourself in entertainment. Like it's something you should always make a part of your life, but like you've got to make sure you make room for your own life. Don't just watch other people living out their lives. Even if it means you turn off this channel and never come back, I would much rather you have a much more a fulfilling life where you are cherishing your loved ones and your hobbies and your interests than to have you keep sticking around here. I hope I can become a part of that like funness of your life, but like take that charge if you have to. Set aside the things that don't actually add a whole lot. I doubt I add a whole lot to your life. Don't make sure that if you're like partaking in something like my channel, that it's something that you're not sacrificing the more important things for it, you know? It sounds really weird to say this because like I absolutely am so happy you're here and I'm so glad that you're a part of this channel, but I'd much rather you be happy. Because I'm happy. I'm doing this because it makes me happy. But it'd be so stupid if I assumed that because I'm happy, it means that you're finding fulfillment in life. Just make sure you cherish those moments and cherish those things and people that are making your life so precious. Because I guarantee you that the life is never going to be in a place that's so dark that you wouldn't be able to lose something special, something meaningful that enriches your life. You've just got to make sure to hold to it. And I hope that you think and consider what that is. And just think about it in your mind as we go through this part of the story. What are the things that you need to run across the city to cherish? And what are the things that like have seemingly faded into the background because they're just a part of your daily life that you might be overshadowing with your own focus on what you can't have or what you're working on? And make sure you make time for it, because that's what this lesson is all about. That's what I think this story is ultimately all about, is remembering that just because they're always seemingly there doesn't mean that they aren't of value, nor that they can't just suddenly vanish.
おかり。
でもまだ手遅れじゃない。
Yeah.
お前はまだここにいる。
I'm really not sure, but go for it, man.
行くな、マユリ。俺のそばからどこにも行くんじゃない。
でも
お前の親には俺が頼む。ダメだと言われても土下座でも何でもして俺が頼む。だからどこへも行くな。
Yeah.
俺はお前にそばにいてほしいんだ。
I hold Mayuri tight as I make my plea. Come on. She hesitates for a moment. Her small form slowly relaxed and leaned into me. Come on, man. Make it an actual confession, you idiot.
お前は大切な人質だ。ずっとずっと大切な人質だ。
Aww.
ずっとっていつまで？
I look down at her. and see the reflection of my face in her teary, dark blue eyes.
いつまでもだ。
マユシーが大学生になっても、
おう、
OL さんになっても、
おう。
Oh, my heart! It's growing 3 sizes!
お嫁さんに行くときでも、
おう。
それじゃあマユシーはオカリンのお嫁さんにしかなれないね。
Fetch! Holy crap! Oh my gosh, I think I'd die right on the spot.
そうだ。年を取って死ぬまでお前は俺と一緒にいればいい。
Oh, it's so freaking cute! And it's like the only one of all the endings. This is the only one where there was any like long-term promise, wasn't there? Fetch, man, they freaking just proposed to each other. It reminds me of Toradora, though. It's like, it's utter nonsense without the context, considering their age and everything. But then, like, you get the context, and you're like, of course they would! Of course they're gonna get married! Tears begin to flow down Mayuri's face. I just kicked the table, and it kind of hurt. As they fall from her face, they caught the color of the sunset.
マユシーね、オカリンのこと好きだったよ。昔から大好きだったよ。
I think this would be a better translated to love, honestly. Like, that's definitely seems more like that. But we all know. We all know.
だからクリスちゃんがラボに来てオカリンと仲良くなってとっても嬉しいんだけど、なぜだか寂しかったの。
Man.
オカリンはクリスちゃんのこと好きになったのかなって、そう思うと胸が苦しかったの。
And that really sucks though, because this is the reality too of the actual timeline. And she was right. Like, this is lovely, but I really feel sorry for Mayuri. And like the canon storyline, she really just kind of gets the short end of the straw.
そんな自分が
No.
とっても嫌だった。なのにどうしてもダメだった。
Of course you couldn't. I had no idea she felt so conflicted over this. I didn't even think about how she might have felt. How long have you going to keep thinking of Mayuri as a child? Kurisu's voice kept echoing in my head.
だからね、神様がマユシーに罰を与えてオカリンのそばにいられなくなっちゃったって、そう思ってたんだ。
I still hate it because it's like it's hitting me really hard. Like, this is what's been going on in the background of Steinsgate, like the original. Like, we're fine. Like, this is really like getting that peel back moment, especially for those who played this for the first time.
Mayuri.
Like when it came out, I mean. I held her tight once again, and she hugged me back.
どこにも行きたくないよ。マユシー、オカリンとお別れするの嫌だよ。
Mm-mm.
大丈夫だ。俺が絶対にお前を行かせない。
オカリン。
Oh. No, dang it, my eyes hurt. Good voice acting.
ごめんな。気づいてやれなくて。ごめんな。
I stroked her head as I said this. She nodded her head again and again as she cried on my chest.
落ち着いたか？
大丈夫。
It's gonna be some hours before we're really resetting here, especially when we're in the limbo of like, what do we do now? Mayuri and I had been holding each other for a while. We finally separated and stood together beneath the dusk sky. Mayuri says she's fine, but she's still sniffing. My eyes hurt. I'm kind of new to this sort of situation, so I have no idea how to calm down a crying girl. You're doing great. Just don't talk too much and you'll be fine.
そうだ。
Let's find your parents. We gotta talk to them, and you know, technically, Dad's cool with you coming and living in my house. I mean, they might think it's a little weird, but I mean, it's fine. They let you stay the night at the lab, so I'm sure they know nothing too crazy will happen. I ran over to Mayuri's grandmother's gravestone and grabbed the box. When I returned, I handed it to Mayuri.
これ。
She's like, what? She's like, okay, sure. She's still teary-eyed and looks up at me like she's embarrassed. Just looking at her face makes my heart throb.
お前にプレゼントだ。
Good job. Okabe finally unlocking the door in his heart. Fetch.
プレゼント？
いいから開けてみろ。
Mayuri slowly opened the box. Mayuri's tear-stained face suddenly lit up and shined.
これ？
She looks at me in surprise. I smile and nod.
箱から出してみるといい。
It's a freaking good present, man. Holy crap. I love this music. This music's so good. This is the music that like it's sweet. It's full of just like somber joy, like a peacefulness. Like I could fall asleep to this soundtrack, this specific track right here. So good. Mayuri delicately removed the star from the box. Her tiny hands could just barely hold it.
すごい！すごい！
She raises the star and looks at the sky through it. Lights sparkle and shone on Mayuri's face, endlessly overlapping each other.
見て、オカリン！お星様がいっぱいだよ！
I moved my face close to hers and we looked through the star together. I didn't notice until now, but the star itself is filled with star-shaped crystals that reflect the light themselves. Dang, this must have been insane to make. Holy crap. This must be to make the effect more beautiful.
きれい。
Mayuri said, enraptured.
ああ。綺麗だ。
I responded. With our cheeks touching, we stared up at the darkening sky.
なあ、マユリ。俺はずっと思ってた。お前が空へ手を伸ばして何かを掴もうとするたびに思ってた。
Oh, I've always wondered too.
マユリは一体何を望んでいるんだろう。マユリが望んでいるものを俺は手に入れてやることができないんだろうかってな。でもやっと一つ手に入れたよ。天の星には到底及ばないけど、今はこれで許してくれよな。
Mayuri blushed and shook her head.
まゆしいね。もういいんだ。
So what was she doing?
天のお星様よりもずっと素敵なものをもらったから。
Oh, fetch. Because she's so genuine too. That can't be cheesy when it's from her, because she's just so pure.
やっと自分のお星様を掴むことができたから。
She said that, then suddenly... Oh! It's so cute. I can't make this the thumbnail, but... Oh! Fetch. I'm kind of being sold on this hardcore now. Oh my gosh. Her face bright red, she touched her lips to mine. I didn't even have time to think about how incredible this was. Oh. Soft feeling of her lips on mine. I believe it was the first kiss of both of us. So it's strangely awkward and ungainly. Well, it's okay. It's alright. We all suck. It's fine. Nobody's great at it. Hollywood lies. It's fine. It's part of what it doesn't matter. Man, it just doesn't matter. It's so innocent that it makes me blush. But it was a kiss that let us finally convey our feelings for each other. The sweetness of the kiss travels from my lips and fills my heart with something warm and gentle. I finally realized just how much I loved her, after all these years. When our lips parted, we blushed and quickly avoided direct eye contact. Mayuri looked at the ground and touched her fingers to her lips. Then her eyelids suddenly opened wide and she began panicking. Oh, yep. That's when everything comes crashing in of what's just happened in the past 10 minutes. Well, no, probably like an hour. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Time has no meaning here. I don't know. Live in the moment. Figure out, like, move on. It's perfectly normal.
でかい声で言うな。恥ずかしいだろ。
It's so funny.
だってキスなんだよ。
Yeah, fair.
それがなんだ。
キスしていいのは3回目のデートからだってクリスチャンが。
Oh, too bad. You broke it. You guys are fine. You've practically been dating for years. Trust me, you've done better than dating. You've that's the thing. Being able to like date your best friend or your childhood friend, it's really tough because there's a lot of things that prevent that kind of thing from happening. You know, like it's hard to shift gears in how you see each other. But the benefit of it is you already know each other so well, so intimately, that there's almost no need for the actual like exploration of dating. Like they already, like, if you really talk about like what dating is, it's quality time to understand each other. Like that's really what it is all about. These two already really understand each other. There's aspects of relationships they need to explore together, but they've got such a solid foundation. They don't need to worry about this stuff at all. I started laughing in surprise.
あのスイーツかっこ笑い目。
She must have read that in some ridiculous magazine. How could she force those rules on poor innocent Mayuri? Hey, you're going into your thought patterns. If she told her that, how much more magazine knowledge does she indoctrinate her with? The modern woman can be such a frightening creature.
いいか、信じるなマユリ。あいつは天才だが、こういうことに関してはただの妄想垂れ流し厨房でしかない。
Internet troll.
そうなの？
ああ、だからその3回目とかは関係ない。安心していいぞ。
Yeah.
そっか。よかった。
I think she's genuinely like over super worried. Oh, Mayuri, you're great. Mayuri seemed to calm down a little. But then she frowned and looked concerned. Oh no, is she gonna do the classic line? Don't do it, please.
どうしよう。安心したら。
Oh, you could say like, yeah. She looked around and blushed. Yes. I drew her head close to mine and I kissed her this time. Yeah. Yep. She's been holding back for a while, guys. She's ready to go. It was a longer, gentler kiss than the last one. Aww.
これでいいか。
This is freaking adorable. Oh boy. Fetch, man. You guys got game. Okay, maybe your dad should be a little worried about her having her over at the house at this point. Mayuri looked away from me as if trying to hide. I couldn't see her face, but I'm positive that she's bright red. It was so cute that I couldn't help but stroke her hair again. It's then that I hear her say something very quietly.
まゆしね。おかりんのこと。 大好きだよ。
Yes.
これからもずっとずっと大好きだよ。
It's like in my ears. God, surround sound, like 3-dimensional hearing microphones. Headphones are the best.
ああ。俺も好きだ。
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Then we kissed for a third time. Third time's a charm. The star in Mayuri's hand glittered with light of the dissipating sunset. Alright. So, how do they figure the rest out? Or are we going to be left here? Is this really going to be where you... Okay. The next evening, the lab mems and I were attending the festival at the Yanabayashi Shrine. Because the festival was held in cooperation with the local businesses, it was a lot bigger than expected, with a lot of different stalls. The smells of grilled squid, yakisoba, okonomiyaki, skewered beef, and grilled chicken were pervasive, constantly making me hungry for just one more snack. I want to go to a festival so bad. Ladies in colorful yukata were walking around with carrying prizes and goldfish they won from the assorted attractions. Everything felt so festive and summery. The lab mems were running to and fro, looking at the different stalls. However, in the midst of all of this fun, Mayuri is missing. It seemed that she was still talking things over with her family. Aww.
で、あんた何？勢いでプロポーズしちゃったわけ？
You told her that? I mean, shush, okay?
すごいすごい。
Yeah, Ferris. Ferris and I are we're one in this one.
女子高生になんてことしやがるんだお。この犯罪者。
Oh, that is kind of odd. But it's okay, it's these two. We can make exceptions. I'm pretty sure that even the Prime Minister would be able to be okay with this one.
人聞きの悪いこと言うな。
It sounds terrible when you put it like that. They asked me about what happened yesterday, and I might have provided slightly too much detail. Yeah, you probably should have held back a bit.
大体そのプロポーズしたわけではない。
はあ？
I mean,
死ぬまで人質だなんて女の子はそう思うに決まってんでしょ？
hostage until death? Well, it's even worse than that. She literally said, looks like you're gonna have to marry me. He's like, okay. Like, so in a way, he implied a proposal. She confirmed it by literally asking him. It was mutual.
間違いなくそう解釈する。
いや、それはだな。
ちょっと背中を押してあげただけで盛り上がりすぎ。どんだけ恋愛経験少ないのって感じだわ。
No, thank you.
DT 丸出しだな。
And I defy that. Not a mistake. Well, okay. Maybe they rush things too quickly, but we also are biased because we know it's going to be fine.
お前らに言われたくないわ。この妄想大好きコンビが。
Delusional duo.
コンビってこいつと一緒にすんな。
Uh-huh. Kudoshi pointed at Dario with a look of disgust.
コンビに見える？やっぱそうかな、オカリン。
No, you're spoken for. You don't realize it, but you are.
なんでそこで嬉しそうな顔をするんだ。
Well, to be fair, I mean, we all would like to be a duo with Kudoshi, I think, in one way or another.
ですね、僕マキセ氏について最近思ったことがあるのです。
Uh-oh. Put the brakes on.
何よ。
Uh-oh.
僕とマキセ氏、割と相性いいんじゃね？
Uh-huh.
バカ言うな。誰があんたなんかと。
Now don't be cruel.
うわ、ツンデレの上等句きたー。
Uh-huh.
ツンデレじゃねえ。本気で嫌がってるのがわからんのか。
最近の流行りはツンが9でデレが1です。
You know, this is kind of how the relationship with Okabe did start. Could they? No. Could it though? Like, could it?
照れない。小惑星アポフィスが秋葉を直撃することがあってもあんたには絶対に。
What is that reference? Sorry, the music. An asteroid is believed to have a possibility of colliding with the Earth in 2036. It was first identified in 2004 and as of 2010 has been calculated to have an impact probability of 1 in 250,000. That's not great odds. Like if the odds are not likely, but on like astronomical scale, that's actually horrifically, terrifyingly likely. In the event that it hit the Earth, the energy unleashed would be equal to 510 megatons of TNT, completely obliterating an area the size of France. Both NASA and Russia are looking into potential ways of preventing such an impact. Yes, they are. We have lots of ideas. It's actually one of the main things. Like Japan actually was spearheading a probe that they sent to an asteroid, where they sent it, landed on it, it collected samples, and is bringing them back. And one of the motivations for funding such a project I believe it's a collaboration between NASA and the Japanese Space Agency. Can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but a big motivator for it is actually possible doomsday prepping to continue to modify and prepare a plan to prevent an asteroid strike if it ever happens. Because, I mean, historically, massive asteroid strikes have occurred. So we've got to really consider it a very legitimate threat. But yeah, that's cool. Relieved that I'm no longer the center of attention, I look toward the entrance to the shrine. If her discussion with her family went well, Mayuri was going to join us here. We'd planned to meet up at the entrance to the shrine under the Torii gate. But she's not here yet. I checked my phone, no missed calls. Yeah, is there anything in here? No. Yesterday we went to Mayuri's house together. Her parents and I have known each other for a long time, and they've come to treat me like a son. However, moving is a serious family matter, and I wasn't sure they would be willing to hear me out. But I was ready to get on my knees and beg. I hope you did, whatever it took to convince them to not take Mayuri away. Much to my own surprise, it was Mayuri's actions that stunned me most. I know how much she loves her parents, and I doubt she's ever going against their wishes even once in her life. Take this whole moving thing, for instance. She kept trying to put herself in the shoes of her parents, who would undoubtedly worry about leaving their beloved daughter behind. She was struggling with it up until the very end. But even so, she stood in front of her parents and said,
私、東京に残りたい。わがままなのはわかってるけど。お願いお父さん、お母さん。私を東京に残らせてください。
Interesting. I mean, what would I do if my child were to say that? Like, especially from the position of a parent. Like, that's tough. That's tough to really, feel like, is this the right call here? Then she deeply bowed her head. That was all she could do. Her lips were pursed and her hands were shaking. I spoke honestly to them, and they bowed right next to her. Mayuri's parents seemed conflicted about what we told them, but they promised us that they would talk things over again.
で、どうなの？その、マユリがこっちに残れる可能性は？
We're hoping to find out.
わからない。が、希望がないわけじゃない。あの後、マユリに聞いた話なんだが、どうもクラス担任が転校に難色を示しているらしい。こんな中途半端な時期に転校したら、マユリのためにならないってな。
僕だって嫌です。マユリちゃんがクラスからいなくなるなんて。
I'll tell you a secret though about schools. It would be very difficult, but if push came to shove, I guarantee you any public school system worth their salt would make it work. It'd be really rough, and there could be some as long as her grades were okay, honestly, it wouldn't be too big. If she were on the brink of failing a class, that could cause a lot more problems and might make her have to extend to take extra classes the following year, because if there's doubt that she wouldn't be able to technically graduate, they need to correct that and make sure that she hits all the milestones needed. But I'm guessing her grades are pretty average. Nothing spectacular, but also not failing. And I know, based on my, at least, knowledge of the school systems, at least in America, but I'm guessing in Japan it'd be fairly similar, that as long as there was, a chance for teachers to communicate and a display that she was able to follow material between the two sides, that they would kind of fudge the numbers and make it work. Lukaku spoke as if he was the one who had to transfer to another school. He really does care about his friends.
あと、 真由りの言っていた親戚のおばさんというのが、まあおばさんといってもまだ30代で独身生活を謳歌している OL らしいが、
Right.
そのおばさんがとても真由りを可愛がっていてな、ぜひ一緒に暮らしたいと言ってくれてるそうだ。
Okay. She actually insisted on being a part of the Sheena family discussion today.
なるほどね。少なくとも絶望的じゃないわけか。
Not at all. Not at all.
ああ、
But will her family let her stay? I don't know if I can be optimistic about that. We all thought about Mayuri and fell silent.
でもまあここで考え込んでても仕方ないわ。なるようにしかならないんじゃない？
That's a very happy, optimistic Kudisu. Kudisu patted my back. I guess she's trying to cheer me up.
その通りだにゃ。結果がわかるまでの間、何か気晴らしでもしてた方がいいにゃ、今日な。
気晴らしか。そうだな。
I looked around, and something caught my eye. Please, yes? Yes?
そうだ、クリスティーナよ。勝負の約束をしていたな。
Oh, yeah.
ああ、射的ね。
My eye had settled on the target shooting stall. It's a simple old-fashioned game where you use an air gun loaded with a cork to shoot whatever prize you're interested in. I can hear the pop-pop of people playing.
はにゃ。ほらほら、今日な、見て、メタルウーパだにゃ。
Ah, there we go! There's the prize! Oh, it's a gold one. Ferris pointed to a box containing a metal Oopa in the middle of the shooting range.
しかも、幻のゴールドバージョンだにゃ。これはすごいにゃ。
Oopa is the fictional animal that serves the mascot of the incredibly popular animal RailNet Kakaru. Oopa plushies and capsule toys are popular with kids and adults alike, and the rare ones often fetch ridiculous prices online at auction sites. And one of the rarest is the metal capsule toy, Metal Oopa.
マユシーはウーパ大好きだから、取ってあげれば喜ぶにゃ。
Let's do it!
よし、クリスティーナよ。勝負といこう。あれをゲットした方が勝者だ。
望むところよ。
She's gonna totally win. We stood right in front of the shooting stall.
はは、やる気満々の勇者たちがやってきたね。
Yeah.
でも黄金のメタルウーパは簡単には渡さないよ、岡部倫太郎。
Wait, what? How does she know your name?
何？
Is this even possible? What does this guy know by name? No. Could it be this shooting game stall is being run by the organization?
それじゃあまず金を出しな。一人15発で300円だ。
Suzuha!
ってお前バイト選手でもないか？
やっと気づいた？
Suzuha smiled at us from inside the stall.
何してるの？
見ての通り、バイトだよ。
It's Boss's stall. That's our part-time warrior, able to find work in the most unlikely places.
この店のおっちゃん、ブラウン管工房の店長と旧知みたいでさ、今日だけ臨時で頼まれちゃったんだよ。
Gotcha.
あ、ちなみにインチキ臭い店じゃないからね。安心して楽しむといいよ。
That's good. She told us this while handing the cork bullets. But here's the thing. Even the most, honest stalls at carnivals absolutely skew things in their favor. They have to. It's part of the business. But, it's absolutely, there's sneaky tricks they go to. But this one's, she's saying that they're not overtly, like they're not sticking prizes to the tables with gum or something.
でさ、岡部倫太郎、椎名真由里は？
Shizuha was worried about Mayuri too, so I gave her a brief explanation of what was going on.
そっか。じゃあ、黄金のメタルウーパ、彼女のために絶対に取ってあげなきゃいけないね。
Yes.
箱の左下、少し潰れてバランスが悪くなってるから。
Ah, thank you. Shizuha whispered to me and smiled. Then I got to work.
まったく、ほんとへったくそね、あんた。
Shut your face!
人のこと言えんだろう、貴様も。
Roughly 30 minutes later, Kudisu and I stood holding objects that couldn't be further from the metal Oopa. I held a pen of dubious quality with the print of a swimsuit-clad woman on it. Kudisu had a fan of a dubious quality with a print of a swimsuit-clad man on it. The lab members pooled all their money, spent 2,000 yen on corks. These were all we had to show for it.
れ一応マユリにプレゼントしとく。
I don't know.
できるか。
また来てよね。待ってるよ。
二度と来るものか。
Oh, never. Come on, she ran the stall fair and square. We gave up on the gold medal Upa and handed the air guns to the next customer.
それにしてもマユリちゃん遅いですね。
Yeah.
そうだな。
やっぱり話し合いがうまくいってないのかしら。
Don't say things like that.
ああ、ごめん。
ほらほら、しっかりしろだにゃ、今日な。
そうだ、おみくじありませんか。
Okay.
おみくじ。
はい、困った時の神頼みです。
Lukaku said this while looking over at the shrines of office. I feel kind of strange asking the gods for help, even if the young man at the shrine is encouraging me to.
さ、どうぞ、京馬さん。
Lukaku presented me with a red box filled with fortunes. I faced the box, raised my left hand, and my right arm has the evil power, so I can't allow that to touch anything sacred.
神に愛されし我が左の体内を。いいよいいよ。お前の秘めたる力を見せる時が来た。今こそその力で、我に定めのカードを示すがいい。
めんどくさいなあ。後が使えてんだからさっさと引け。
まったくだお。
What do you
め
get?
んどくさいとはなんだ。
Annoying is the eye of the beholder. I stuck my hand into the box, wrestled around, and pulled out an envelope. I thought that was his fortune at first. Then I opened it. Horrific bad luck. Couldn't see when the others drew their fortunes and started reading.
私中吉だわ。
Middle blessing, not bad.
大吉にゃ。
Nice.
僕も大吉だお。
Nice, good job.
末吉。
Well, at least it's coming.
岡部さんはどうでしたか。
Horrific bad luck. Oh no.
岡部さん。
Oh no.
だい。
Bad luck.
はい。何です。
もしかして今日のも大吉かにゃ。
それは良かったですね。これできっと。
大凶だ。
Yo, it's a great curse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
すべて悪し。待ち人来たらず。諦めが感じ。
Oh my gosh, no! Burn it, throw it in the fire! Spit in the face of fate. It's what you do best, Okabe.
もう一回引いてください。
No.
そんな適当なおみくじがあるか。
だってうちのおみくじは当たらないことで有名なんですよ。
気持ちはありがたいが天罰が下りそうなことを言うなよ。
ごめんなさいごめんなさいごめんなさい。
もういいルカ子。これもまたシュタインズゲートの選択なのだ。L、夫妻、カムリン。
I smiled at Lukaku and sat down the stone steps. I sighed and looked at my toes. Everyone's trying to cheer me up. They're all joking around, trying to put a smile on my face. I really feel bad about bringing them down, but I'm also grateful that I have such good friends. Yeah, you do. Still, thinking about that only makes me sigh. I feel like my heart is being pricked with thorns and it's eating away at me. Mayuri, are you okay? Are you crying? Do you need help? It's frustrating that I can't be with her at a time like this. I just feel completely helpless.
おい、岡部倫太郎。
Yes? I looked up to see Suzuha yelling at me from her stall. I couldn't hear what she was saying over the crowd, but I didn't know she was pointing at something. I was going to stand up and talk to her, when Kurusu suddenly said, oh, yes!
ちょっと岡部。
Yes! Yes!
なんだ。
Look at the gate!
いいから 早く立つのだぜオカリン。
だからなんだ。
You idiot.
見て。
Yes.
おみく
Yes.
じやっぱり当たりませんでしたよ。
Yes.
待ち人来たらずが聞いて呆れるにゃ。
Yeah. Everyone's looking over at the Torii gate in tears. In tears? Fetch. Oh, I guess that's fair. Like, everyone's on the line for this one. Their faces are all lit up with joy. Yes. Yes, you fool. I stood up and looked toward the gate. Yeah, she is. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Yeah. Mayuri runs toward us. I knew it was gonna be a happy ending. I never doubted. You can't prove otherwise. Through the crowds and festivals, darting in between visitors, she heads straight for us. Aw,
お
look
い
at
お
her!
い、バカだな。浴衣なのにあんまり走るなよ。前がはだけちゃってるだろ。
He's freaking crying right now. Look how cute! It matches her hat. It's awesome. It's got little pinwheels. Yeah, she's excited. Mayuri was smiling. That smile told us everything. From now on, Mayuri would be on my side, just as she's always been. Aww.
マユリ。
Yeah. Whoop. Mayuri jumped toward me. I caught her and held her tightly in my... Uh-oh. What? I tried to catch her, but the momentum of her jump knocked me completely over. She pays it no mind and continues to hold on to me. It was kind of like dog greeting its owner it hasn't seen in a while. That's fine.
落ち着けマユリ。場所を考えろ。自分の格好も考えろ。
Yep. Suddenly realizing that her yukata was coming loose, Mayuri sprang up. She fixed her clothes nervously.
いきなり押し倒されるとは思わなかったぞ。
When I tried to stagger to my feet, Mayuri blushed and led me a hand.
違うんだよ。ちょっとはしゃいでみたの。
Fair.
ちょっとどころじゃなかったわね、今のは。
Aww.
マユシーってば大胆だにゃ。いじめないでよ、クリスちゃん、フェリスちゃん。
Yeah. It's cat's out of the bag. I'm sorry, but
まゆし、今のセリフ実はもっといじめてほしいって感じで
no.
ゆりっぽくお願いします。
That's super not allowed anymore.
黙れ、ド変態。
うわ、また一つクリスタンルートのフラグが立ったのだぜ。
No, you didn't. We already did that. It's not this one.
だから絶対に出れないっつっとろうが。
でもまゆりちゃんいいな。僕もこんな声をしてみたい。
Aww.
ルカ君まで。もうマユシーは恥ずかしいのです。
Whether because she was the center of attention or because she ran here, Mayuri's so red it looked like her cheeks would give off steam. Probably both. She fanned herself with her hands. Love, huh? For a moment, I thought to complain about what Lukako said I normally would, but I stopped myself. The mad scientist who rains chaos and fear upon the world, Hyonin Kyoma, has no need for such trifles as love and affection. But, as far as Okabe Rintaro is concerned, they might be kind of nice. Oh, how is it so beautiful? At least, I think so.
あのね、オカリ、
Yeah?
どうした？
実はね、
Uh-huh.
なんだ。はっきり言ってみろ。
お父さんが高校を卒業するまで東京にいてもいいって言ってくれたんだ。
Excellent.
そっか。よかったな。
でもね、大学は札幌の学校にしなさいって。おばさんの家にずっといるのは迷惑だろうって。
That's manageable.
ど、
It makes sense. It's only natural for Mayuri's parents to think that way.
だからね、まゆし、思わず言っちゃったのです。
You didn't. I kind of thought maybe that's why. Oh, that she kind of pseudo proposed, like told her parents. Oh no. Oh gosh.
何を
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Yes. Mayuri mumbled awkwardly, but I knew what she said just by looking at her. I remembered what my father told her, that she was welcome to move in with us. At that time, I panicked. I remember wondering what the heck he was thinking. But now I'm really glad he offered. That's right. Mayuri can stay by my side. I want her to be here with me. That's all he says is that, yes.
まあ汚い家だがお前の部屋くらいなんとかしてやろう。親父もおふくろも大歓迎だろうしな。
Oh my gosh.
ただしこの不王院教魔が世界に混沌をもたらすという偉業を成し遂げるまではあくまでも居候だ。親父に乗せられて変な勘違いはするなよ。ちなみにその先はまあその時になったら考えてやらなくもないがな。
Right. You better. Mayuri opens her eyes wide. Her jaw drops as she stares at me. You better. Mayuri's face turns rose red as she shyly wiggles her body a little. Careful, Okabe. You're gonna kill her.
どうした？
Did you read the room wrong?
勘違いはオカリンだよ。
Okay. Oops.
で？
まゆしはね、お父さんにラボに居候させてもらうって言ったんだよ。
Oh, you know that kind of works. Okay. Are you sure that my plan won't work though?
何？
Yep. The lad Mems eavesdropping on us burst out laughing at my shock. Realizing that I had made an embarrassing mistake, I quickly tried to talk them all down.
やめろ！笑うな貴様ら！呪われるぞ！この右腕の魔力がついに覚醒の時を迎え、暗黒の想念がお前らの上に呪いの炎を降らせるぞ！だから笑うな！
Listen to that. Oh, it's so cute. But this does little to stem the wholehearted laughter. I stared at them with fire in my eyes and cursed them. But it doesn't feel at all bad. My cheeks hurt. I have friends I can joke around with, Mayuri by my side. I want this to last forever.
おのれ！ここはひとまず戦略的撤退だ！
I took Mayuri's hand and began to run away. Aww. Look at that, it's so cute! And look at them cheering him on. Aw, I love it. It's so adorable.
ご結婚おめでとう。
Congrats on your marriage.
月には呼んでにゃ
Yeah.
子供の名前はぜひ黒猫たんにしてほしいよ。
No, we're not doing that.
やめんか貴様ら！
The voices of our friends following us, Mayuri and I run away.
オカリン、どこ行くの？
I don't know, the end of the earth?
どこでもいいぞ！お前の好きなところへ行ってやる！
せっかく来たんだからお祭りをいっぱい見たいよ。
Yeah.
わかった。今日は何でもおごってやろう。
ほんと嬉しいな。あとその後まゆしね。
Yeah.
あ、どこへ行きたい？
Mayuri flashed me her usual gentle smile.
ラボがいい。ジューシー唐揚げナンバー1を温めて、それからみんなとゆっくりお話がしたいのです。
Oh yeah. They've already heard it, but that's okay. And of course, I know how to answer.
よし、いいだろう。俺もちょうどそう思っていたところだ。
Nice. So freaking cute. Ugh. My heart and soul. It's alight with fire and happiness. What a freaking good ending. Fedge. What a good case for them. Oh, man. It's really loud, so I've turned it down in the future, but oh my gosh. Can you... I almost want to play Steinsgate 0 again. I might do it on my own time if I had time. I don't have time. But I'd love to play it again now, knowing like what could have been. It might make 0 hit like a hammer. Oh, it's okay. Okay. How can you not be behind the two of them? How can you not see that? Oh, that really puts some pretty strong shade on whether I think Okabe is a better match with Mayuri or Kurisu. Like, it always leaned Kurisu, but that is a strong position to consider right there. Holy crap. That was great. That was so well written and so well executed. It's so freaking cute. They're freaking totally getting married. Like, you know it's gonna happen in that timeline. Like, not even a doubt in my mind. Like, they're practically proposing to each other every time they see each other now. So it's like, how could they not? Oh, man, it makes me wish I'd fallen in love with a childhood friend, but like, life works out better anyway. Like, but still, you can't deny that that's so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Oh, my face. I'm just happy, guys. Thank you so much for being here. My gosh. I'm just like reveling in the feelings and the music and the atmosphere. What a beautiful addition. Like, this is like, if Altered Fable is the love letter to the fans of Muv-Luv, then My Darling's Embrace is the love letter to the fans of Steins Gate. What an amazing testament to the future and just like the creative power of creating visual novels like this. Can we have things like this again? Like, can people make new visual novels that can compete with this level of love and care and attention? Because think about it, was all the money in the projects when Steins Gate started, when Muv-Luv started? Like, or were they driven by just passionate people making a beautiful, beautiful content? We need more like this. God, I really want to make something like this on my own. Like, I don't know if I can leave it to just happenstance. Like, I want to make my own story like this. Maybe someday I can. But I have to hope I could be up to the challenge, man, because I don't know if I could move hearts like this. So stinking good. Is there anything more? It'd be lovely if they did. Nope, that's it. What a lovely story. Stardust duplet complete. Add to tips. Phone triggers. Phone triggers. And there we go. It's over. I don't want it to be over, but it's over. And it is time for us to say goodbye to Steinsgate for a while. Well, really, I don't think they're doing any more Steinsgate content that I'm aware of. There might be some weird, like, CDs that just never made it around, but this is the end of it, really. Now, there are other series, you know, Childhead, Chaos Child, Chaos Head, Chaos Child, the robotics one, and then they dropped that there's a new game coming out in the future, you know, that are part of the universe, and I really do want to and plan to dive into those. But like I said before, we're taking a bit of a break. We're probably going to jump into a couple different series before we go back. I also have some formatting questions I want to run past people, specifically my patrons, but I also could toss it out here a little bit. It's the question of whether, like, I kind of serialized and been putting stuff together. Like, I'm going through a ton of Muv-Luv. I went and did, like, I did 0 and then rolled right into Limited Bound Phenogram and My Darling's Embrace. But in the future, when I'm doing series like Danganronpa or Krishna or, you know, like other serials that have multiple entries, like, would it be better to stagger them, you know, between each other? So say, like, what if I started a Danganronpa, like the first one, and then I did the first Grisha, and then Danganronpa 2, and then another Grisha, like that kind of style. I worry that would be, like, I might have a really strong start, but then it'll be hard to follow for people, like, wanting to keep up with the entire series. But it's just something to think about because I want to make sure that this is all digestible and fun to go through. But I do think I need to step back a little bit, just give it at least a breather, jump into some other series, and then come back to it. Could be a year or so from now, probably, but we at least encapsulated the Steins Gate portion of this universe. So I think it is about time to move. Next Wednesday, we will be doing a live stream rap party. Don't have to be there live. It's just going to be kind of me talking about these games in their entirety. Just kind of what were my general thoughts, what I like, what I didn't like. But it's an opportunity for you to participate live. If you can be there live, it'll be streaming probably around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time when I normally stream. Actually, it'll have to take over the stream because I realize I stream normally on Wednesdays, but I like doing rap parties on the same day that I normally post them. So it means that we'll be postponing the normal live stream for the rap party and just talking about it. But it's a good time to show up. You can share your thoughts. You also can, if you're part of the Discord, if you send me a message on Discord, like if you want to be specifically involved, like if you want to like come up and join me in a Discord call live on air on the channel, and talk with me about your thoughts and passion about Steins Gate. You definitely can. You just gotta message me. Just let me know you want to, and I can tell you like how to work out. We can work out the schedule and everything. But obviously, like, there's many other ways to contribute and participate. It's like I said, especially in chat. Like, I'll be watching the chat, interacting with it, but just kind of sharing my thoughts about things, specifically Linear Bound Phenogram and My Darkness Embrace, but I'm sure we'll talk about all Steins Gate, really. So yeah, I hope you'll feel free to join me for that, and then, of course, catch it afterwards. If not, it'll be added to the playlist for Steins Gate, Linear Bound Phenogram, My Darkness Embrace, and the Steins Gate like super playlist. So if you miss it and you can't find it, that's where you can look for it. I'd really love to see you guys there. Thank you so much to the patrons who've helped make this channel even more incredible. They're contributing to it and helping it grow every day. I appreciate everything you have all been doing. I hope that you look forward to the upcoming patron cast. And again, I asked some questions in the last patron cast about like a series that we might look into for the future Wednesday. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, so make sure you do that. But regardless of that, thank you so much. And if you have series you want to see in the future in this channel, put them recommendations in the comment section. Or if you really want to help it stick around, there is a place on Discord, like it's visual novel recommendations. That way it stays archived. That way I can go back and flip through and kind of like look at like the titles that people have been bringing up. And you can also even like give like emoji responses to the series that you are also a fan of if someone's already posted it. So please make sure to consider that if you want to leave a recommendation for stuff to cover in the future. But for now, I need to go and just kind of revel in the joy that I've been able to immerse myself in. This was like psychic therapy. I feel so happy right now. I'm going to go and have the best sleep, and I'm probably going to have some wonderful dreams tonight. So I hope you get to as well. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you for helping me share a hobby and a passion, and spending this time with me. It's a long video. All these videos are long, and I appreciate every second you spend with me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. And until the next video watching me, I've seen you next. I'll see you there.